Thanks for inviting us in. I don't know about you, but I am really frustrated with all these potholes that we see. The roads right now are rough, to put it lightly. In fact, some streets look like the surface of the moon. I'm sure some of you have ended up in the repair shop with a flat tire. So tonight we want to dig into what DPW is doing to fix the potholes. Angela will be here in a minute explaining the impact of weather on the sheer number of potholes across our city. Lauren Kostig talks with car repair shops to get an inside look at how many Hoosiers are getting hit with expensive damage. And Felicia takes a look at the number of pothole complaints across Indy for Hoosiers trying to get money back from the city.
It's the sounds of the season, and for Hoosier drivers, they are all too familiar.
Yeah, it goes like boom, boom.
Bang! Boom!
Like it's like, you know, clanging. And then all I see is dollar signs.
Noises no one wants to hear, with drivers doing their best to avoid the damage.
I'm not drinking and driving. I'm literally just trying to dodge potholes so I don't bust my own tire.
Lindsay Morris says her husband got a flat tire just a few days ago.
They're bad everywhere.
And if you hit one, it's not cheap.
Spent a whole paycheck on just replacing tires and wheels in this past 6 months.
And those unlucky drivers find themselves coming here, a tire repair shop.
It's been pretty bad so far this year. We've seen an increased amount of cars coming in.
Dustin Sparks with All Star Tire says business is booming.
Of course, the puncture in the tire, that's going to be more severe. This one happened to a BMW where the guy hit the pothole so hard, it split the wheel in half.
The downtown business is averaging 40 to 50 repairs a day.
And you're looking $300-400 on average for a wheel and tire repair.
And even those who fix them aren't immune to the problem.
We had the store manager come in today, and he almost got towed in this morning hitting a pothole.
The best advice is to avoid the pothole, but if you can't,
just ease into it as best you can. Don't go head on, kind of point at it. That way it doesn't hit directly on it.
In the meantime, crews are trying to catch up, knowing there's a long list to go.
I give respect to the guys out there, the women and the men in the field that, work on them every day, but it is frustrating.
Hey, Lauren, I felt this pain. A couple of years ago, I actually hit a pothole, blew out a tire, cost me several $100s, so I know what people are dealing with right now. The frustrations are real. So how is DPW responding to all of these potholes that we're seeing?
Well, Scott, crews are really trying to take advantage of this nice weather we have right now and really try to get ahead of the problem. For example, Mayor Joe Hogsett joined one of the crews out on 71st Street this morning as they tried to fill some of those potholes. Also, we know that crews are working overtime this week and 10-hour shifts to really accelerate these repairs. And since it is warmer, DPW can use a hot mix to fill those potholes, which will make them last longer. And so far, crews have filled 24,600 potholes this year, with 2,000 of those being done last week when we had that window of warm weather. But as we know, there is still a lot more work to do.
Yeah, we're thankful for those crews that get out there and fill those potholes. And we know weather plays a huge role in how potholes are formed. So Angela decided to take a closer look.
Well, there are a couple of reasons we have potholes: cars and weather. If you think about our cars going over the roads, cracks form in the surface of those roads. It rains. We get water in the cracks, and actually we get some pooling of the water under the road surface. Well, when it freezes, that weakness in the road is forced up because that water expands as it freezes. Then, of course, it melts again, and a gap forms under the surface of the road, and it's that gap. Well, once we get more cars traveling over that weakness or the gap, the pothole forms.
Here's one more thing to keep in mind before you hit the roads. DPW tracks each pothole as it's reported. And if repairs aren't made in a reasonable amount of time, you can get money from the city for damage to your car. We checked with the city's online tracker, and no surprise, there are thousands of reports right now. More than 7,200 potholes still waiting to be fixed. Here's the bad news. Marion County pays out very, very few claims, and they ultimately get to decide what a reasonable amount of time is to fix it. And with so many open cases right now, it might be tough to make a case, but it's always worth a shot, right? So we posted a link to the form for you on WTHR.com.